Now, for more on the outcome of Liberia presidential election, former spokesman, UN Mission in Sierra Leone, Patrick Coker, joins me from the United Kingdom. Good to have you join us.
Thank you very much.
Now, we understand that President George Weah has called his challenger in the presidential election to concede and then congratulate him. I'll get to that in just a moment. But I want to get your thoughts on this, because in 2017, the results we're seeing now marks a really strong departure from what we saw in 2017, when President Weah won that election with 62%. Now we're seeing about, just slightly above, I think 49% also. What do you think happened this time around?
Thank you very much. We are seeing democracy maturing. We're also seeing that Liberia is prepared to move forward towards peace. Also, we have seen that the young voters who emerged from the ashes of the war, that's the young lads, have also matured to understand the game of politics, and alliances shifted across borders, and of course, you agree with me that a lot of other variables, including the perception of good governance from the incumbent, and the fact that opposition got themselves together in a stronger position to contesting with the incumbent.
And with his concession speech, it will now mark Liberia's second democratic transition of power, and that's in over 7 decades. What does this smooth transition of power mean for Liberia, which was once a volatile African nation?
Indeed, more than anything, it reinforces the fact that the efforts of the international community, that is the UN, and other stakeholders, including other countries that helped with the peace process, that their efforts had been is gaining ground and is solidifying. That's number one. Number two, it also, to the world, it shows that a young democracy like Liberia that is coming out of the war can set a pace, because his goodwill to concede under serious pressure. And if you look at the margin between the two candidates, about 1.7% votes. That's the difference. About 28,000 votes. It shows magnanimity on the part of President George Weah. And indeed, it also shows that Liberians are really prepared for change. So it's a good development for West Africa, and indeed the world.
And staying in Africa, because his comments also mean that, look, he's probably not going to challenge this election in court, which is a departure again from what we usually see in Africa. We've also seen in West Africa, we've also seen coups in West and Central Africa, about 8 of them in the last 3 years. What would this also mean for democracy and consolidating democracy in West Africa?
Well, if we take the fact that he was supposed to have another term of 6 years, and he had all the resources and the executive power to make things happen, and now conceded defeat. And he considered defeat not with any reservations. Of course, the pain of the loss, he expressed it, and the fact that, yes, they have an opportunity to contest again. we have to see that indeed, and they have a very young military and young officers too. I was privileged to be part of recruiting the military in Liberia. They could want to take a cue from other countries, but they did not. I must commend the Liberian military. Very professional, very focused, and forthright in their work. Liberia has really turned the curve, and I want to believe that the winning party, that's the unity party, will also be very generous in their victory and not necessarily begin to persecute when they become the ruling party, they start to persecute the opposition party.
And what is the task ahead of Boakai? He faces major national challenges. I mean, your opinion, what are the major tasks ahead of him?
First and foremost, I think this election has really shown that dichotomy and divide in the Liberian society. I must say that for the first time, voters actually voted on those primordial lines, like tribal lines and what have you. Of course, there's a need to now unite Liberians. And moving forward, areas of growing the economy in a manner that the average civilians, the people will benefit the dividend of democracy must now be their focus. I don't expect that there will be witch hunt, but I must also say that whoever has not, whoever has erred, we need to just, the rule of law must take its course, basically.
We are following closely developments in that country. Thank you so much for talking to us. Former spokesman, UN Mission in Sierra Leone, Patrick Coker.
Thank you very much.